Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, my name's Andy Baker. I probably know one or two of you in the room, but and I've got the job tonight of facilitating the Auckland conversations that we're holding here in Pukekohe. Just before I start, I just want to acknowledge a few people in the audience and our guest panel, who you will be formally introduced to a little bit later on. Deputy Mayor Bill Cashmore, wonderful to have you here, Bill, and my local board colleagues, Angela Full-James down here, and Alan Cole, and I see the chair of the Papakura local board here, Brent Catchpole, so good to have you here, guys. So yeah, Auckland Conversations provide an opportunity to possibly inspire and stimulate your thinking about the challenges we face in Auckland, and in particular tonight in the South. It is designed tonight to be thought-provoking. And having spent some time this afternoon with our keynote speaker, Hila, having a bit of a drive around and thing, I am absolutely convinced that your thoughts will be provoked tonight, without doubt. This is the first time an Auckland Conversations session has been brought out of the Aotea Centre in the centre of the city. And so to the organisers, I thank you for choosing to come to Pukekohe. It's a special place for us. But as you all know, for the people that live here, we're facing a very, very interesting and challenging and exciting time as things change. We've brought to you tonight a really quality panel, including our keynote speaker, Hila Oren, who is described as a city maker and a development expert, and whom I will introduce more formally soon. We also have a panel, and again I'll introduce them more formally later, but John Durgood, Cynthia Gillespie and Quinn Henderson. And tonight we will be talking about the New South. The event coincides, as you've all seen out in the foyer there, a lot of consultation that's been undertaken for the structure planning that has been council-led for the Drury, Opahiki and Pukekohe Pairata areas. And also, in conjunction with that, NZTA-led work, what's called Supporting Growth, which is looking at our roading infrastructure. So it is great to have that opportunity, that integrated planning and consultation. So please make sure that you take the opportunity to give your thoughts and have a look. We also have obviously a really good turnout here in Pukekohe, but the event's been live streamed, and so we have hopefully thousands of people sitting at home on their sofas and in their offices watching, because MasterChef's not on till tomorrow night, and so hopefully we're all involved in that. But it is great to have you all here at Pukekohe. Remember, the supercars are here in November. Get your tickets shortly. But welcome to everybody, either here or those at home or in their offices watching online. Do have some housekeeping, obviously. So if the alarm sounds, we have to make our way back out through the building, and there will be some ushers who can help you out if you can't remember where you came in. It's past the bar if that's the problem. Toilets are at the end of that. Go through the foyer and past all the displays, and the toilets are at the far end of the building down there. And if you could, ladies and gentlemen, just turn either your phones off or put them on silent. I'm not afraid to name and shame for those whose phones go off, including mine. I do want to thank our sponsors and partners in this. Our Auckland partner is South Base Construction, and our design partner is Resine, and all of our program sponsors. So how it works tonight is that shortly we'll have a presentation from Hila where she will build on her experiences working with cities globally, and then she will be joined by a group of panellists with extensive backgrounds across varied areas involved with urban development and city growth. The discussion will be opened up for questions from the floor, and we're using a thing called Slido, which enables me to receive questions from either on the floor. So if you are sort of one of those people that doesn't like coming and asking questions in public forums like this, you can give us a sly question by using your phone. So don't turn it off. And you can use, we're even taking some tweets, it's reading here, I'm not sure about tweets, but so using the hashtag AKL Conversations and the handle, so people who use those things will know, at AKL Cons, C-O-N-V-S. And if you go to Slido, if you have a smartphone, you can go to Slido, SLIDO.com, and enter the event code, which is #South, and you can ask your questions, and it'll appear on my little iPad down there, and I can ask it for you. So if you want to ask some questions off the floor using that, feel free. We always try to ensure the Auckland Conversations events are inclusive and accessible, and so, as I say, we have on-demand viewing and a full transcript and captioning of the event and presentations will be available on the Auckland Conversations website in a few days, so you can remind yourself of what a wonderful evening it'll be by looking at it again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'll finish, and it is now my great pleasure to introduce to you Hila Uren. She is a city maker. She founded and served as CEO of Tel Aviv Global, a city-owned company affiliated with the Tel Aviv municipality, dedicated to elevating the city's global positioning. During her term, the Startup City Vision was formed, a municipal strategic plan for investors, entrepreneurs, tourists and students connecting a city platform with a private initiative. She was a director of the Tel Aviv Centennial Administration and Director of Tourism Operations for the Society of the Protection of Nature in Israel. She is currently a PhD candidate in the Department of Geography at Haifa University. She holds a BA and Master's degree in Business Administration from Tel Aviv University with a concentration in entrepreneurship. She has completed a program at the Harvard Kennedy School, and she is a mother of 3 when she's not doing that. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you please... just a little bit about the Tel Aviv Foundation. It's a 40-year-old foundation which is bringing added value through philanthropic funds. So, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Hila Uren.